Hi, welcome back. My name is Benjamin Conklin, and today I want to talk about how I use the Blender Displacement modifier to make 3D printed assemblies fit together properly. To start this story, I've got this DJI Dongle battery for my goggles, and I wanted to put it on the back of the the headset strap and get it on there securely, because this little strap here doesn't hold it very well. So I drew up the battery in Blender, just straight to the dimensions, and traced the outline using a picture of the end so I could get the curves right. And then I duplicated that geometry and put a displace modifier on that duplicated geometry, thereby maintaining the original shape, but then having clearance around it for the part. You can see the 0.000 factor I put on that modifier is a little bit too loose. So I know what you're thinking. Why don't you just scale it rather than having a modifier? The reason, I'll show you here in Blender, is that you can't actually scale a oval. So if we look at the shape here, if we just take our original battery pack shape and we just duplicate that and we scale that up so that it is the same size as our offset or displaced geometry, you can see here that it's actually not the same. We've got variation along the curve, and that's not what we're wanting. The other thing is, if we look at this whole pattern for the dots, they're not even lined up anymore. So if we're just scaling it, it throws everything off. And we could go in and manually move all these parts, but then that's completely broken the benefit of using a tool like this. We can't just change how it fits. We have to redraw lots of parts. So that's why I'm using a displace. Everything gets offset by the same amount every time, and it gets displaced evenly. Whole patterns are retained, shapes are retained. It's great. So because it's a single modifier, I don't have to go back and finagle a whole bunch of things and change the design. I can just go in there and change the one factor on that one modifier, and it'll go from this part to this part, which has the same geometry, but it's now got a 0.0005 factor on the displacement modifier. And once I get this on here, see how much of a difference that makes. So the battery can go right in there. I'm pulling the strap down to get it out of the way, as that is impinging on the profile of this, so that it cushions it a little bit. And get that in there. And line up the lights. See? That's actually going to stay on there, nice and tight. So that's how I use the displacement modifier in this kind of application. Thanks for watching.